hospitality. Today, I am taking you on such a great adventure. We are going to go on a tour of some of the best rooftops in Washington, DC. It's a beautiful day, so let's get started. Welcome to the Conrad Hilton in Washington, DC. We are on their amazing rooftop this afternoon. I am partaking of some cocktail samplings here. I am starting with the vantage point and then moving on to the Capitol view. You will see that the Capitol, the nation's capital, is right over my shoulder here. So the names of the cocktails are perfectly appropriate for where we are. This rooftop not only has an amazing cocktail menu, but their food selections are terrific and the presentation is as beautiful as you would expect from the Conrad. Right now we are on the other side of the terrace on the Conrad roof. This is the private event space terrace. It is available for rent for private groups, has its own separate entrance so it can be sectioned off. And the capacity is about 120 people for a cocktail reception. I want to formally introduce Neil Harris Garcia, who is the beverage director up here on the roof. And the Conrad specializes in some sustainability, and I invite Neil to enlighten us on some of that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a pleasure to have you here today. But yeah, as you can see, for example, in our garden, we have some rosemary, we have mint, lavender, and a couple of other herbs that we use in some of the cocktails to infuse, to garnish. And the idea is that we source local produce as much as we can, for sure, because something like tequila has to come from Mexico, but we do have local rice, gins like Green Hat from even DC, and a lot of other products from Pennsylvania and our surrounding area.
Oh, terrific. Neil, just if you would mention the wine, how you are supporting female vintners.
Yes, indeed. So for this year, for the wine theme, for the rooftop, we're doing a woman in wine theme. And it is because they deserve a lot of recognition that they don't always get, all the women in wine. So there's a lot of female winemakers, owners of companies, and you know, the wine world is very much male dominant.
Yes.
And even in the hotel there are two sommeliers and we're both male, so we need to pay respect to all the women that are not present, but they do a lot of the hard work. So all the wine that we have here in the rooftop, they have a feature throughout for a woman. Yeah.
So Neil was so nice to spread out a beautiful array of their wine bottles that they're featuring here. They're either a winery that is women-owned, or the woman is a CEO of the company, or the woman is the actual vintner.
Yes, indeed. So it really depends on which one, because there's a array. Woman in wine could be exactly that. Could be a winemaker, could be the owner, could be the CEO of the company, which there's not that many CEOs in general that are women. So for example, the Terraces is one of those representatives from Napa Valley. It is a family-owned winery, and now one of the family members is the CEO. And I want to point out one local winemaker, so from Illumination, Rebecca Weinberg. It is, well, grew up in DC, but moved to Napa Valley.
Right now, I am on the rooftop room at the Hay Adams Hotel on 16th Street in Washington. This room is spectacular. All the walls are windows. This room is 3,200 square feet and has air walls to break it up to 5 rooms that you can use for various purposes, for breakouts, meals, meetings, and receptions, of course. Meal capacity is 250, and you can see they have balconies surrounding 2 of the walls here. So if you'll follow me, we'll take a step outside onto the balcony with yet another $1 million view of Washington, DC. This is our White House with the monument immediately behind it, and in the distance dome you can see the Jefferson Memorial. To the right of the White House is the original Executive Office building. And right below us are the beautiful grounds to the back of the White House. Along 16th Street, the Hay Adams is right above the Black Lives Matter Plaza. The L-shaped balcony here is available for receptions. They put highboys outside here to accommodate traffic flow. We are here at the W Hotel in Washington, DC on their famous rooftop. The W Hotel's rooftop is ranked #1 in the US, and in a moment you'll see why. We are just off the elevator in their rooftop lobby. This whole scene behind me and around the side was recently hand painted. So now we are inside POV. It is their interior event space on the roof. You just saw the incredible view of the Washington Monument, and that their windows open so you can get plenty of fresh air along this whole wall. And they have a built-in bar. This can be used for anything that your creative mind can come up with. So here we are on the famous W Hotel terrace. All of these windows open up when the weather is nice, and you can see the White House just 2 buildings over here, down below, with the most spectacular views of so many iconic buildings in Washington. Welcome to the Watergate Hotel. This is such an iconic building in American history. The hotel has a fabulous rooftop, which you can see the views behind me is the Potomac River. Just on the other side of the river is Roslyn, Virginia. There is plenty of seating, and I will take you around the corner to see the rest of the space. It can be transformed, the furniture can be rearranged, and you can rent this out for your private events if you like. Over this way also, you can see we are adjacent to the Kennedy Center. You are seeing the Roslyn skyline in Northern Virginia, just on the other side of the Potomac River. Next up is the Georgetown waterfront. Everything is walkable. There's a pedestrian path that'll take you right to Georgetown. And here we are on the other side of the terrace. There are some built-in fire pits, there's a variety of different seating options, and a huge built-in bar. You can be as creative as you possibly want to be up here. Last but not least, we have an EHP exclusive. I am on the rooftop of an office building in Roslyn, Virginia. This space is amazing. It has indoor and outdoor rental availability. It has a fireplace with some seating. There are tables that can be rearranged. There is a catering kitchen as well as a built-in bar. So if you'll follow me, I will take you outside to see the $1 million views. This is a great perspective because we're in Virginia looking over the river into Washington. So come along with me along the perimeter of the fence here. Directly across from us is the Georgetown waterfront and the iconic Watergate. And then, of course, the Kennedy Center, which most people will recognize. This rooftop comes with a very large and expansive terrace with the furniture included. They keep the landscaping up very, very well. Furniture can be rearranged and it's very modern and comfortable. So come with me and take a look at all the seating options. Thank you for joining us today on this whirlwind adventure tour. We saw $1 million views from multiple locations. If you are planning a rooftop event in Washington and would like some tips or some additional information, give us a call.